Dear friends, when I last wrote about Diesel, he had been awarded for his heroic actions following a daring rescue at Barrow with his preservation at the Vicarstown Rail Museum. There, he met several other engines and was happy there for many years. But when the North Western Railway's Diamond Jubilee came along, the museum played host to some visiting engines as part of their trial period before the Fat Controller decided which one he would acquire for his railway. Needless to say, these visitors proved themselves to be more trouble than anyone thought. It looked as though none of the visitors would be suitable for the railway. Diesel, however, had other ideas about one of them, and wasn't shy in telling me about what happened. The author. Diamond Jubilee Engines Part 1 Visiting Engines. Written and read by TARDIS 9. Based on the Railway series by the Reverend Wilbert Awdry and Thomas and Friends by Britt Allcroft and David Mitten. Prologue. The New Arrivals. Diesel was enjoying life at the Vicarstown Rail Museum. His work kept him busy. Up and down he would rumble along the museum's exhibition line, giving rise to visitors aboard his cab and in a brake van. When he wasn't scheduled to take passengers, he was allowed to venture out onto the main line to fetch coal, water, fuel and materials for the other engines at the museum. At first, he was apprehensive about meeting them, but eventually grew to appreciate their company. They're not a bad lot, he thought. Better than that old bowler ever was. Indeed, the engines there had great respect for him. It took a good deal of responsibility and an engine in excellent working condition to perform his work. Eagle and Neil in particular were especially grateful for his work. Eagle's overhaul was nearly complete, as was Neil's cosmetic restoration. The old engine was unable to run anymore, so the manager had decided to give him a good clean and a new coat of paint. It wouldn't do for you not to look your best for this year's Diamond Jubilee, wouldn't it? He said. No, sir, agreed Neil happily. Both Neil and Eagle knew that their overhaul and restoration would not be possible without Diesel. Recently, the little shunter was kept working harder than ever. This year marked 75 years since the first of the Finn clergyman's books were published. To celebrate this, the museum's engines were each given new coats of paint when they could be spared. An arrangement was settled upon between the manager and the Fat Controller. A rail tour would take place operated by Eagle and another engine between the station at Vicarstown and the big station at Knapford in exchange for Edward's overhaul at the museum, where he would also be put on display in their workshops. In addition, 3 visiting engines would be stabled there as part of a trial period. Recent years had seen an increase in traffic, and the anniversary celebrations would prove to be an ideal time to bring in visitors to help with the extra trains. Of the 3 engines available, none of them were powered by steam. All the preserved steam locomotives were either needed on their own lines or undergoing maintenance. These 3 were all diesel locomotives. The visitors looked all around them in the yard. The 2 larger diesels were disgusted. What a place, sneered one. I can't believe I was sent back here, groaned the other. The third looked timidly around. Diesel, who had just shunted Edward into the workshops, noticed this and felt something strange inside him. She was small and green, with the number D9556 on her sides. She was only a little shunter, like he was, but he found himself feeling somewhat smitten at the sight of her. However, he took one look at the other two diesels and was unsure what to make of them. One was a high mech, much the same shape as Bear. She was painted blue, shaped like a rectangle, and had the number D7102 on her sides. The other was a BR Class 46 Peak. He was blue as well, and was numbered D199. Diesel had never seen any of them before, and did not give much for their attitudes. But he knew also that they had come to help with the celebrations. He decided it was best to keep a keen eye on them. Also, he felt there was something familiar about the number 199, and then he realized it.